Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Black Man Speak. I'm your co-host, the immortal, talented, fascinating D. Jimmy Stewart.
And I'm your co-host, TD3, otherwise known as Tommy D. Duncan III. And
Hey, everybody, I am Uncle Asar. Yeah.
it is Wednesday night, November the 19th, 2025. And if it is Wednesday night,
It is certainly Black Man
Black
Speak.
man speak.
So let's give a shout out to Count Basie for providing our theme music. If you haven't already, hit that like button to help us with the algorithm. Hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when new shows are uploaded, which is every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. If you're here watching the show live, invite a friend, family member, a frenemy, co-worker, a neighbor, so you guys can have something interesting to talk about for the rest of the week. Tom, we're going to do an experiment tonight where we're going to let our audience on the chat line
yes.
chime in with any subject matter they want to. Now, not every show can do this. Now, you got to have some really smart people, talented people to do this. So we got Uncle Saul with us tonight. So I feel comfortable that whatever y'all throw at us tonight, we're okay. We can talk about it. And if you don't give us a topic to talk about tonight, then you're just going to leave it up to the three of us to talk about whatever's on the top of our brain housing matter that we want to talk about. So we're giving you the chance to set the direction for the show tonight. So let us know anything you want to cover. You give us a topic, and that's become our talking point. Else, we're going to have to rely on Tommy and Uncle Sar, our tap dance brothers, to pick a subject.
Well, at least we can tap dance, Jimmy. I heard you can't dance.
No, I can. Well, you know what? I can swing dance though. Don't
Oh,
forget,
okay.
I'm a
Yeah,
former champion.
you told me you were one of the rhythmless brothers.
No, I was. That's gimmick for the rest of everything else. But I'm a pretty good swing dancer.
Oh,
I got
okay,
the
all right.
I got the trophy to prove it.
All right, good deal. Well, before we get started, ladies and gentlemen, we do have a couple of condolences that we do have to announce this evening. A little bit more local to the Dallas-Fort Worth area, but nonetheless, possibly a couple of folks that you may know, and especially for those of you who were into rodeos. First, we would like to
Rodeo.
acknowledge and offer condolences to Cleo Hearn, the founder of the Cowboys of Color Rodeo. He became an ancestor this past Sunday at the age of 86. The Cowboys of Color Rodeo, for those of you who may not know, is a Lancaster, Texas-based organization that has hosted multiple events throughout the country featuring cowboys and cowgirls of all ilks. Hearn received many accolades throughout the years, including a star on the Texas Trail Hall of Fame in Fort Worth Stockyards in 2005, 2016. He was a recipient of the Lane Frost Award, and more recently, he was inducted into the Texas Black Sports Hall of Fame in 2021 and the National Cowboy Museum and Hall of Fame in 2022 for his long legacy of promoting the Western and rodeo cowboy lifestyle. This gentleman was a gentleman of distinguished character. He was also well known for leading the Texas Black Invitational Rodeo at the African American Museum of Dallas for 36 years, an effort highlighting the overlooked history of black cowboys in American culture. He was born in Seminole, Oklahoma, and attended Oklahoma State University, making history as the first African American to attend college on a rodeo scholarship. He made history again in 1970, becoming the first African American to win a major stock show tie-down calf roping event at the National Western in Denver, Colorado. He is survived by his four sons, Harlan, Eldon, Robbie, and Wildern Hearn, all leaders of the Cowboys of Color Rodeo. So we definitely want to offer our condolences to Brother Leo Hearn. For those of you out there, whether you're into Westerns or not, we talk about our history and our culture in this country. And one of the things that Jimmy and I have talked about on occasion, we have all of these great cowboy stories, and none of it included our ancestors, but our ancestors were a significant part.
We were the original cowboys, Tom.
Exactly. In discovering the West and a part of culture, and even some of the most famous shows that we've ever seen, including The Lone Ranger, were
That's right.
based upon
Yeah.
us. So,
In fact, when the term cowboy was coined, it was a very derogatory term, and it was directed at black men. Then it became mainstream to be a cowboy, to work on a ranch or a farm, and yet Yeah, yeah, I guess Hollywood is start to reappropriate the identity of cowboys and made them all white.
So
Yeah, there's a lot of movies. The Bronze Buckaroo. I think his name was Jim Jeffries or something like that. It was a big
Mhm.
star back then. But I did a talk on black cowboys in DC back in
really,
94 at the Sumner Museum and Archives, right on 15th and M, something like that. Yeah, did a talk on because I was from Texas and I met the director of the museum and I had my belt buckle and everything, my hat, my boots, all that stuff. So I went in and talked
what?
to the young people about black cowboys, absolutely.
That is very, very cool. So we want to again offer our condolences to those in his family, those in the culture of the West, and of course, we will definitely lift you up in our prayers. Another face that a lot of folks locally to the DFW area know is this, and actually someone that I knew, from a young man as well, Elsie Odom. He was the first African American mayor of Arlington, Texas. He passed this Monday at the age of 96 years old, served in multiple roles across the city of Arlington, including the Planning and Zoning Commission. I'm sorry. Odom was born in Shankleville, Texas in 1929, later moved to Orange, where he joined the school board as the first black elected official in the county. In 1979, Odom and his wife Ruby moved to Arlington, Texas from San Antonio, where he worked as a U.S. Postal Inspector. In 1999, he successfully ran for Arlington City Council, and after his term on the Planning and Zoning Commission, and 7 years later, he became Arlington's first African American mayor, and just very distinguished gentleman, very well known and well loved. He, as mayor, is credited with having convincing General Motors to keep its massive plant in the Arlington area, bringing the Dallas Cowboys to the city of Arlington. They used to be in Irving, for those of you who did not know, and securing the future of the Texas Rangers in the American Dream City. Following his 6 years as mayor, he continued to serve the Arlington community through his church, Mount Olive Baptist Church in Arlington. So we want to, of course, give our salute and our condolences to the Odom family, those in the political sphere there as well, and then everyone who he has touched in some kind of way. He was very well known, very well favored, and was just a good guy and did a lot for the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
Well,
Did you say
Tom, if the
Shankleville?
Cowboys don't
Yeah.
get it together, the city of Arlington may give them back to Irving.
What's that now?
I said if the Cowboys don't get their act together, the city of Arlington may give them back to Irving.
Hey, as long as they're making money, and it's not just the stadium, but the economic impact they're bringing into Arlington between the Dallas Cowboys and the Texas Rangers, man, they are booming and bringing plenty of money there.
They
So,
are now because people still have hope, but you keep having losing season, let that stadium start emptying out.
well, I don't know, Jimmy. They've been underperforming for a very long time, Jimmy. And for those bona fide diehard Cowboys fans, I don't know what to tell them, but my condolences to you all for the last 30 years.
Okay. Well, so nobody has chimed in on the chat line so far. We have our cousin Audrey Booker. She says good evening to everyone. So we're going to start with Uncle Asar. Uncle Asar, throw out our first topic for the night. What would you like?
Why you start with me?
Yeah,
You
start
did,
with
I'm not
you.
gonna start. Wait a minute, Jimmy. So,
That's not even fair. I haven't got my check from the last show, and you asking me to do something. And,
All right,
and
we'll
that
come
one,
back to you then.
and that one was supposed to come with hazard duty pay dealing with you.
Man, and I was gonna play out some good tap dance music this show, but I'm gonna let you slide. All right, Tommy, then we'll start with you then, TD.
all right,
Um,
probably
you're
the
supposed,
big.
in fact, I don't know if you got the memo. You're supposed to come prepared with two topics. Did Tommy not tell you
But I
that?
don't want to go first.
You, I thought you were an alpha leader. The alphas go first. We lead. We don't follow. Anyway, Tom, you go ahead.
I would say probably the biggest news has been obviously coming out, of course, is the release of the Epstein files. Of course, the House and Senate voted to release those, and I believe if my files are serving me correct, it looks like Trump has signed off on releasing these files. Of course, this has been in the atmosphere for quite a while, And it has definitely been an interesting narrative going back and forth in terms of releasing him and not releasing him, and then people getting upset and breaking up, making up just to break up again over these Epstein files. But on a more serious note, obviously it's a very serious subject when you look at, what allegedly has happened to a lot of these young ladies and underage young ladies as well. Very devastating, the implications of what might come out over this, but obviously there are political implications as well.
But Tom, I'm gonna let you know I'm very disappointed in the whole process and in these women. First of all, if you were abused, I shouldn't say if, because they were, a lot of them were, but a lot of them got paid for their participation also. Here's what I expect. If I was attacked, if I was abused, if I was mishandled in any way, I don't have a problem with naming names. Put the camera up. Let's go in the studio and line them all up, every one of them, and start naming who took advantage of you, who abused you, who mistreated you. Let's get.
But Jimmy, hold on. Time out.
Go ahead.
We're talking about young women, and these are some of the most powerful, the most powerful people in the world. You can't expect a young woman, especially
Sure
after she's, wait a minute, time out. She's been traumatized and abused, taken advantage of, and she's supposed to come out against these guys for billions of dollars who make people disappear.
It's How just that, are we going to get to the bottom of this and punish those?
You have to get to the bottom of it, but you can't expect for a young woman to do that. If a 20-year-old young woman or whatever, you're traumatized.
Hold on, Uncle Saw. So here's the thing. You got Trump, who kicked the man out of his club, who took one photo with the guy, had nothing to do with him. His name, every time Epstein's name is mentioned, somehow Trump's name comes up as if he was involved in the man. But the people who were actually involved, like the Clinton, Bill Gates, all the rest of them, their names get to stay. Although I saw that the president of Harvard decided he was going to drop out of the public arena because he was associated with Epstein. He was on the island. He was on the damn plane. So yeah, let's get to start naming some names. No more cover up.
But you can't expect these young women to do it.
That's exactly what I expect. Yeah, you want to convince people to the court of public opinion. If you want to get to the bottom of this and have justice served, if you were traumatized like you claim you were, then name names. Let us know who did this to you. So me, you, and Tommy can go take care of it if we have to. We can't take care of nothing. We don't know who the person is.
But Jimmy, do you understand the nature of
free to go do it to other young women? So you have to speak up.
Jimmy, how many people do you know? How many women do you know who have been sexually assaulted personally?
I know one.
Okay. I know more than one, a few more than one.
Yeah, I know a lot.
And we're not talking about young girls who are underage. We're talking about adult women who have been sexually assaulted.
Right.
And what you have to take into consideration is the emotional, not just the physical, but the emotional trauma, which is a great deal more painful than the physical trauma that the physical trauma, the pain.
Heals.
Oh yeah, but the emotional trauma that you go through is literally a life sentence. And the reality of it is, it's not that you cannot be healed from it. It's not that you can't recover from it, but it's something that you live with for the rest of your life. And it is for a grown adult, fully developed adult woman to have to deal with the emotional trauma of being sexually assaulted is one thing. But a young woman who has not even fully developed emotionally, much less physically, it's not tenable to say, well, just go out there and do what you say you're going to do. When you consider the pressure that a young girl, much less an adult woman, some adult women can't even do this, much less 10, 15-year-old girls go in a lineup and then name that because...
Well, Tom, they're not 10, 15 anymore. They're grown women now.
I understand.
The trauma is still there.
It's not going to help your pain any better by keeping quiet. You may help save another young girl from this happening.
I'm not suggesting that you're not going to get to the point, but the reality of it is the government has access to all the documentation in the files. And what people are asking for is release the files unfettered, unredacted, so we can identify everyone who is involved. We're not talking
Jimmy,
about...
let me ask you a question, Jimmy. Who do you think is more often sexually abused, men or women?
Probably men.
Okay, well, you guess good. But why would you think that it's not men? Most people would think that it's not men. Why would you think that?
I think there's a misconception that since men don't speak up about
There's a
their
misconception that men don't speak up.
yeah, a lot of men don't speak up when they're sexually assaulted, even physical assaulted, especially by a woman. Men just don't speak up, but it does happen. But here's the point: I understand from the psychosis of a man and having his image and manhood damaged from that. But a
But it's
woman,
the same. It's worse for a woman. You're living in a patriarchal society.
well,
Every
once
move you
again,
make is condemned as a woman. But
once
you expect a
again,
woman, but a
whether it's a
man is in control. A
man,
man is a patriarchal society, so I'm
okay,
on top,
whether
right?
it's a
So I should
man
be
or a
able to
woman,
say what I
Uncle
want to say
Charles,
and do what I want to do.
whether
But a
it's a
woman
man
can't
or
do
a
that.
woman, let me finish my statement. Whether it's a man or a woman, if you do
You
not
tap
speak
dancing.
up,
You tap
you're
dancing.
you're
Get
aiding
to the
and
point.
abetting, you're aiding and abetting those who committed the crime against you. If you don't speak up, be it man or woman, well, everybody should speak up. If you're assaulted, sexually assaulted, mentally assaulted, physically assaulted, emotionally assaulted, you got to stand up for yourself. Because
You're
if you
absolutely
don't,
right, but we are human beings, and everybody's not equipped in that way,
okay.
especially after you've been harmed. It
If
doesn't
you
happen.
can live with other people going through the same thing because you didn't speak up, okay, that's on you.
Okay. All right.
Getting back to the point, Jimmy, ultimately it's going to get to the point where these young women, just like the situation that you had with the women who were assaulted by the doctor whose name I forget, who are part of the Olympic team. Yeah, ultimately, hopefully, there is going to be some reconciliation of this, but it's not going to be, in my opinion, probably going to be done in a public way, especially with the young ladies who are still underage. The reality of it is what the world wants, at least the people in the United States, is for the files to be released unredacted so that
Tom, I hate it when these unrealistic requests are put out there. You know that
what's unrealistic about getting the
Tom,
truth?
they already told you that the
What's
file's gonna be
unrealistic
it's
about
gonna be
getting the truth?
redacted. The names are gonna be redacted to protect people. They already told you that.
Look, Jimmy,
But you
They're not
just
gonna be
said we
one.
need to know. You just said everybody needs to know so these people can be punished. So
Okay,
if you
let
redact
me
the
go back.
names, you
Let
can't
me go
find
back,
out.
Uncle Sorry. You know what? I don't practice law, but I did go to law school. So let me explain this to you, gentlemen, so y'all understand.
I used to watch
We're
Perry
talking we're
Mason.
talking about grand jury testimony here, which is protected. That information is generally not leaked out or given out to the public. But in this case, they're making an exception because they passed a law to make an exception. But still, grand jury protection is still going to be kicked in. There's not going to be one name in that damn file. They have hints of people. You know, Baker number one, guy on the corner number two, guy scratching his butt on M Avenue number three. That's what you're going to find in the file. There's not going to be one goddamn name in there. So if the women who were abused do not come out and say anything, we're not going to figure out if Bill Gates, Bill Clinton, Bill Cosby, any Bill out there who participated with Epstein, who
They
they
knew
are.
about Bill Cosby. They knew about R. Kelly. Their name was out there.
Yeah, that name was out
Nobody
there too.
redacted their names.
Because that wasn't grand jury testimony that put their names out there. That was a trial. This is why I'm saying that we need
But
the
they have to have
women.
a grand jury to bring the trial. And
Right, but the
everybody
grand
knew.
jury testimony was not put out there for the public. The trial was put out there for the public. The arrest was put out there for the public. The people who
Jimmy, this is a very public thing.
Tom,
Very.
okay, then we'll wait for it to come out, and then we'll have another show, and you guys who are smarter than everybody can tell me who was on Epstein Island from the file. I'm telling you, there's not gonna be one name in that damn file other than Epstein. He's dead.
Of
Everything
course,
else,
Bill
everybody
Gates
else
name,
can be
Bill
redacted.
Gates is in
everybody's
there.
dead.
Trump is in there too. Trump was supposedly performing fellatio on Bubba.
Ain't nobody.
What?
Ah, boy. Okay.
Okay. All right. All right. It's
We'll,
allegedly.
when the file's released, all 65,000 pages of it, you have to show me that where that passage is in there.
All right.
Unless you're on the island with them and you saw this for yourself, the women who were on the island, not one of them said Trump was involved. In fact, one of them who's dead said Trump was not involved. She never saw Trump on the plane. She never saw him on the island. She never
He
heard
doesn't
any
have to
other
be
women.
involved with on the island. He's a convicted rapist. The woman said he raped her in the elevator. What, he slept with Stormy Daniels. He forced himself on her. Her testimony. I mean, everything that that he's been convicted of, you're going to deny it and say, oh, well, it's not real. But you said, he didn't have to be on the island.
Hold on, Uncle Sar. Do you realize we have something called courts? And not only did Stormy Daniels sign one document saying that Trump never assaulted her or sexually assaulted her, she signed 2 of them. It's one
she
of them.
Said she felt compelled when she came out of the toilet and he's sitting there butt-ass naked.
All I can go by is what she said, her testimony, her signature, and what was presented in court. There was not one shred of evidence, a rape kit or anything, eyewitness, anything that said Trump sexually assaulted this woman. So I don't know how
rape doesn't have to be violent.
Huh?
Rape includes coercion. I mean, he didn't have to beat her up or push her down or jump on all that kind of stuff. She said she felt compelled. Did you see her testimony? She said she felt compelled when she came out. He's sitting on the edge of the bed like he on the toilet and he fully aroused. She said it looked like a mushroom. That's what she said.
Are you telling me that's all it takes to get laid to sit on the edge of the bed? Oh my God. I've been going at this all wrong when I was younger. Who knew? I guess Uncle Sar knew. All they had to do was just sit on the edge of the bed.
I'm not innocent, but I'm not Trump either.
They would have taken the underwear off, taking the bra off and everything else, getting ready because they would have felt compelled from just me sitting on the bed. Oh man, all you brothers out there who are virgins, this how you stop becoming a virgin. Invite her to your room and just sit on the edge of the bed.
No male figure taught you that?
Nobody told me about the edge of the bed, folks. Okay, Tom, next story. It's your turn. You up next.
Jimmy, no, we know this is a setup, so you go next. We know this is a setup. No, you go next. No, Jimmy, no.
The home run hit of the grand slam hit, you said for last. That's number 4.
No, Jimmy, you know
hit off.
I went first. You know this is no. You go next, Jimmy.
That's number 4 in the lineup.
You go next, Jimmy.
The first 2 guys are the lightweight people. Get on base.
You go next, Jimmy.
Lightweight. I'm the RBI guy. I'm the grand slam guy.
No, bro. No, bro.
I go. It don't matter. It's cool.
Yes, it does.
So I don't know who's the ex-wife of what's the guy's name? The Amazon guy? Is that the one that's giving
Bezos.
Yeah, she's giving money to
Mackenzie Scott.
Right, additional HBCUs.
Right.
We covered that already.
But there have been additional distributions since then.
You giving her more money?
Right.
Yeah. But I can't make my point though. I can't go in depth on it. All right. So, as I said before, stipulations come with the money. I worked in DC for 25 years, nonprofits. A lot of the money comes from grants. I worked on grants. I managed grants. I wrote written reports for grants. I even worked with the DC government as a peer grant reviewer. I wrote grants. I facilitated writing workshops in Nigeria for corporate managers. So I know what I'm talking about when I talk about she's not going to just give the money and you do whatever you want to with it. As a matter of fact, they're not going to get it. If she promised them $10, they're not going to get the whole $10. There are stipulations that you have to meet along the way before you can get what's called a drawdown. If you don't meet those stipulations, then you don't get the money or the grant can be taken. So the reason I say this is we get happy when they say, oh, well, the HBCUs are getting $2 million or whatever. They ain't got a dime yet. And I know for a fact, they're not going to be teaching what we want to be taught using these grants, or they wouldn't get the grants anyway. So, I just wanted to make that clear and make sure that everybody understands that this is not free money, and there's no reason to be praising her or Bill Gates, who promises money to Africa, who yesterday said that climate change is real, and then 2 hours later he said climate change ain't real, and then he's in bed with Monsanto sending GMOs to Africa where it's gonna mess up their crops, but he's giving money, and then Tinubu standing there giving him awards.
He's gonna give the money after he died. When he gonna
it's still gonna be the Gates. He's not. So he's gonna be dead, and they just gonna hand the money to him. It's gonna go through the Gates Foundation or whatever executive or whatever over his estate. They're not just gonna give it to him, and there will be stipulations. And there's not gonna be anything going on where they can be self-sufficient or teaching their history or whatever's gonna make them come out on top, to get France out, to get the U.S. out, or whatever European, whatever out. That's not going to happen.
You know, on
So
top
the
of that,
point
his
is,
kids and grandkids gonna be fighting for that money. They ain't gonna let dad give that
right.
money to a foundation.
So
To
there's
give
no
it
reason to be getting happy saying, oh, Bill Gates or even Trump promising money to the HBCUs or whatever. I know you touted that on the show before. There's no reason to get upset, to get excited about that, because it may not happen, or the money is not going towards what we needed to go towards.
You are right about that. I'm not. It may not happen. It stopped. Money was flowing to the HBCU until Biden stopped the money. So we put an end to that. They haven't refunded. They haven't restored the money.
But they wonder what was this supposed to be for? They stopped CRT, so now he gives them money. You can't have CRT. He gives them money, now you can't have DEI.
Okay. Well, you know what? Don't take the
These
money.
are the things. These are the tools we need for liberation. But the money is for us not to be liberated. Is what you're saying, and you're cool with that.
The solution is here's the solution. So listen carefully.
Don't take the money.
All these black
That's what I'm
folks,
trying to tell. But the point I said was
hold
getting
on,
excited, and
30 seconds, Uncle Saul.
you've exhibited excitement at
I didn't.
Trump promising.
No, you didn't hear me.
Come on,
You
man.
didn't know excited for me.
I watch the show every week. I watch this show every week, and you brought it up multiple times.
All these black graduates who graduated from an HBCU who are out there making bank, collecting money, collecting checks. Send some of the money back so the HBCUs don't have to have their hands tied.
They should. You're absolutely right.
From government or anyone else for a handout with all these stipulations. And then you're free to do what you want to do with the money when your people are funding you. It's embarrassing that Harvard has an endowment fund of over $50 billion and our government still gives them money to Harvard, and the damn 103 HBCUs can't come up with $1 billion.
Texas A&M and University of Texas got more than that, don't they?
Oh, yes, indeed, yes. A&M deep pockets, UT deep pockets, Rice deep pockets, SMU deep pockets. All of the HBCUs can't match one top 10 white university in America for the endowment.
But you tap dance and say you never celebrated that Trump said he was going to give the HBCUs. Do we have that correct? I'm just asking.
I said that what I said was I wasn't excited about it. Because I fully expect our government to help support the HBCUs. So I appreciate any support that they get, even if it came from Trump. I don't
support any money coming from the government. It should all be coming from black people.
Well, when Biden put a stop to it, you should have been happy then. So that money was never restored. There doesn't seem to be any groundswell to restore that funding. So the HBCUs is just ass out now. So everybody's happy now. Okay, so my turn. So let's start before the show.
Can I make one statement before we get to your
question? Now you wanted me to go. Now you want to make a statement. Go ahead.
I haven't even spoken at all on the subject. Most of the massive wealth that's being created in this country is government funded and government abetted. Period. And we're talking white schools. So let's keep moving.
Okay.
It's just a fact. Whether we talk about government money or not, when we look at the wealth, whether it's land wealth, whether it's institutional wealth, whether we're talking about educational institutions, it's government created, government funded, government abetted.
Okay,
yeah, I would agree with you.
The government should do that.
Jimmy, well, yeah, except they hold back when it comes to HBCUs, and that's part of the reason why that's why most of them are falling apart. That's why most of them are begging for money from white folks who got money that, of course, was again aided and abetted by the American government. All I'm saying is that institutions, most of them PWIs, were, of course, aided and abetted by the government. If we talk about Elon Musk, the wealthiest man in the world, most of his money came from the American government contracts. So,
okay. So here's my statement. I'm going to move on to the subject matter I want to really discuss. You are correct. HBCUs have to go to Congress every year begging for money on their knees. It didn't help that Obama took $700 million from the HBCUs and gave it to Latino schools.
What is your fascination with Obama, man?
You know what? I'm answering your question, because y'all criticize Trump more than
don't say y'all. Don't say y'all.
I'm saying y'all, the High brothers, Tap Dance brothers. You ain't said one word about Obama taking money from the HBCUs Trump got to give them money, even if there's strings attached to it. At least he was trying to do something for the HBCUs to earn your vote.
But that doesn't mean I'm caping for Obama. That doesn't. I never said I was an Obama supporter.
You never
But you're making it seem
criticized.
like I'm in love with Obama.
Okay, I
No,
didn't say you
I'm
supported
one
it.
of Obama's biggest critics.
Asar has criticized
You
Obama.
voted for him. I'm just saying you don't criticize it. At least now on this platform you haven't.
Yes, he
Those
has.
comments.
Yes, Jimmy, he has. He actually has criticized.
Not on this platform.
Yes,
he has.
yes,
So
he has. Yes, he has.
I'll give him my
Jimmy,
time right now if you want to criticize Obama. Go ahead.
Let's go to the archives. Let's go to the archives.
I'll have to pull the archives up.
Just so you know that
so anyway, my topic that I want to discuss tonight.
Wait a second, Jimmy. Just so you know, there is one topic on the chat line, so we do have to leave. It comes from Ms. Tanya. As a matter of fact, let me acknowledge the folks who are on the line that we have acknowledged. We've got cousin Audrey K, which you mentioned a little bit earlier in the show. We have Ms. Marion, Ms. Tanya as well. And I believe that's all that we have on the chat line. She says, do y'all think Texas schools that Texas schools should post the 10 Commandments in schools? That is her topic and or question.
All right. Then the answer is yes on that one. So for me, it's a yes. I know we have a clause in our Constitution about government respecting the establishment of religion, but this is not. 10 Commandments is a part of a book called the Bible, and if we can teach passages from the Quran, we can teach passages from the Torah, we can certainly teach passages from the Bible as any other literary document. And on top of that, once we took God out of school, we took the 10 Commandments out of school, the damn schools went to crap after that. So we have nothing but the damn devil worshippers, liberal heads pushing confusion on our kids with this flurry stuff and sexual identity and how you 10,000 damn genders out there when we know there's only 2. So nothing but confusion. And on top of that, I think the Bible does warn about how the devil seeks to confuse people here on earth to get them to turn away from God. We fell right into the goddamn trap and did exactly what the damn Bible told you not to do. So yes, bring the 10 Commandments back, bring the paddle back, bring the belt back at home, bring back a lot of goddamn things that we used to have when we grew up that we turned out okay. We need to bring those back also.
So when you say take God out of the school, what do you mean when you?
The fact that you can't pray in the school anymore, Tom, you can't teach the 10 Commandments, except here in Texas. I think they have brought it back, but there are court challenges to get rid of one once again. So you can't even pray. You just be able to get the football team together in a huddle and say a prayer for no one to get hurt, for everyone to play a good, clean game, and to do your best. You can't even do that anymore.
So was it God that kept schools segregated until the 1960s?
Where'd you get that from?
Well, you said take
God. We're
was.
talking about the 10 Commandments in school. You talking about segregation.
Well, that's what you said. You said God must have obviously been into the schools until the end of the 20th century. So was it God that kept schools segregated until the 60s?
No, Tom, that was liberal Democrat devils. Yeah,
that was Christian white nationalists. That's what it was.
That ain't got nothing to do with Democratic Republican Party because
that was liberal.
It had nothing to do with
liberal Democrats who segregated the school.
No, Jimmy. It wasn't just it. Oh, Jimmy, please! It wasn't just Democrat. It was It was politically neutral.
History lesson. I got some history for you.
Segregation was politically neutral. It had nothing to do with Democrat or Republican.
Not one Republican owned slaves during slavery. Not one. Now one, as they say down south. Now one. You can't name a Republican who owned slaves. Now one. And Uncle Sard finds that funny, but he can't find one either. You do give me a name. Democrats.
Okay, so there was so much wrong on so many levels in which.
Yeah, I ain't saying there was. I agree with
you. Listen.
But Tom only wants to look at the wrong from one side.
Okay, first of all,
wait a minute. On the channel line was 10 Commandments. How we get on slavery?
You said no. You said
segregation.
You said when they took God out of the classroom. I was like, well, what do you mean by taking God out of the classroom? Because you assuming that God was in the classroom.
Do you not follow that? All these court battles to keep prayer from school. You can't even bring up. You can bring up sex. You can bring up alternative lifestyle. You can bring up homosexuality. You can bring up all the alphabet stuff.
That's only for the teachers and staff. People like you can't, as an adult, But the students can do what they want. They can have prayer if they want to. Nobody stops students from
I'm
prayer.
sorry,
I worked in schools
black
before.
queens getting to read books to kids. That's not the alphabet philosophy. But you can't have a prayer.
Can we
You
not?
can't
Can
read
we
the
not
same
call
thing
them
without a prayer.
alphabet? Can we not call them alphabet, man?
Well,
Come
I
on, man.
don't know them
Don't-
letters. LBQ.
Come on, man. You're supposed to be the smartest man in the room, but you can't. You can't get the.
You know, I was okay when it was just LBGQ, and then it came over the T.
Stick with that. Stick with that.
Huh?
Stick with that. Don't abuse people in that fashion.
I don't abuse. They're all the alphabet people. They just keep adding the alphabets.
But let's go to the Ten Commandments, man. Look, man,
Okay.
everybody is not Christian. So you have other.
I never said. Tom said Christian. I said
no. But you're saying you're talking about the Ten.
I never even said Christian.
You're talking about the Ten Commandments in school. There's no need to have. You even said they're teaching this and Islam, blah blah. So that's fine if they want to teach that. But nobody's talking about putting the Ten Commandments in the school. That's favoring one religion over the other. And let's talk about history. Let's talk about the Ten Commandments. The Ten Commandments were stolen from Africa.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, all of the major Western religions and evidence for all religions to be taken out of. I didn't interrupt you when you introduced the story.
I agree with you.
All of this came out of it. So why are you gonna put the truncated 10 in there? Put the 42 where they came from, which is African based. But they won't do that because that's black. You won't do it because it's black. You would rather have the Ten Commandments with the stringy haired, blonde hair, blue-eyed white man standing over it saying, "Oh, y'all supposed to do this." This is the God you're talking about taking out of the school. These are white Christian nationalists who are putting these documents in the school, putting these Ten Commandments on display. But these are the people who are doing it, and you're supporting them. You're supporting those white Christian nationalists.
I speak out against the white Jesus constantly. You never heard me praise the white Jesus.
But you're supporting the people who support the white Jesus concept and the Ten Commandments.
5 commandments, let's start someplace. You want to push for 42? Fine.
How about let's put the 7 Prince and Goose Saba in there? How about that? They won't do that. You know they won't do it.
If we're gonna make kids better, push for it. That's fine.
You know they won't do it.
But you know what? Forget about what they're gonna do. It's all about what you're gonna do. You want to push for it, fine. You want to get a ground squad of people to follow you, fine. Then do it.
When you say they versus we,
what I'm saying is, by taking it out of the school, look at what we left with. Whether it's the Ten Commandments.
And that's not why the schools are going down. That's not why the schools are going down. That's not why the schools are going down.
That's one of them.
No, it's not. It has nothing to do with some
anthropology. Disagree on that.
It has nothing to do with that.
I gave my opinion. I'm okay with the Ten Commandments being in the school.
I'm not.
What say you, Tom? Yeah, in and out for the Ten Commandments in the school.
If you do it for one, you do it for all. That's my opinion.
Okay, the other ones are already being pushed in the school.
No, they're not.
No.
Nobody has had a bill to come up before the legislature to say put something on display. They must put it on display.
And they're talking display.
But you have Sharia law being taught in schools. You have Muslim principles being taught in schools.
You don't teach Sharia law. You enact Sharia law.
Okay.
There's no teaching.
So you're in or out? Are you a nay? Yes or no? Answer the question.
I answered your question.
No, I'm talking about Uncle Sar.
Oh.
In or out of what? I think I was clear.
The Ten Commandments been put in school, taught in the school.
I'm totally against it.
Right. He already said that.
Categorically against it. Absolutely. Any form of worship in school, that's not the place for it. As Malcolm said, you should be your religion is between you and your whoever you serve. It should be at home in the closet.
Man, we're not invoking Malcolm now, are we?
Oh, because he's Muslim.
No, because Malcolm also warned you against those liberal Democrats. But you ain't said
absolutely. I don't have a problem with that. Come on, man.
Malcolm warned you against the Democrats and the Republicans. One was the Fox and one was the
No, he
said anything that goes on the floor of the House of Representatives is the government.
He told you that Democrats were worse. I know you want to be speculative about this.
He said he basically said.
Okay, you know what? No problem. I'm not arguing with you. You know what I'm going to do?
What he said?
I'm going to bring the recording next week.
He said the Democrat is a Dixiecrat in disguise, but he didn't say they were worse than the Republicans.
You know what? Uncle Sar, you got to come back also next week. I'm gonna find a clip for you and play it for you.
I haven't got my check from last week.
I know you haven't.
I haven't got my hazard duty pay.
I
need to get my money for tonight.
Tommy's the news director, man, so I ain't got mine either in a long time.
News director ain't got no account.
Okay, so we are back to TD. You're up, man. Give us a topic. Unless somebody in the chat line want to.
All right, we'll do probably one of your favorites, Jimmy. Stephen
Okay.
A. Smith. We'll keep this one relevant. Matter of fact, we need to talk a little bit about sports, and we'll talk one about Stephen A. Smith. I think one of his shows got cut off this past week. Of course, he's been trying to transition from sports to politics. That ain't been working so well for him. But one of his shows got cut short this past week, and that's been in the news this past week. Then we can talk a little bit about.
Cut short for?
Say what now?
Well, why was it cut short?
It was NBA countdown. Maybe the handler, the master, thinking he's doing a little bit too much and or thinking he's getting a little bit too snooty, and so they cut one of his purse strings.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. So, but the man got about 20 jobs. So I mean, that just I think he's about 18.
Is he Jamaican?
Huh?
Is he Jamaican?
Hey, I would not be surprised if he was born Jamaican, but he's from New York City. I don't know what his background is, but
Hey,
of
man,
course,
his brother hustling, man. So I don't like him personally.
Yeah.
Well, I don't like when he speak out against the Cowboys. He's always trolling us.
well, but he loves him some. He loves him some OJ, some Owner Jerry though. And it's not that he hates the Cowboys. He hates Cowboy fans. He detests Cowboy fans. That's who he comes after. Cowboy
You know what?
fans.
Because him and the rest of the damn world hadn't figured out that we expect to win here. We respect winners. And we're going to believe that we have a chance to win until we absolutely don't have a chance. At that point, when we don't have a chance, we give up. So that's what
Who
a
we
fan is
giving
supposed
up?
to do. You're supposed to believe in your team that they're going to get there one way or the other until they absolutely can't get there. At that point, you give up. But we don't start the season off in a defeated, nihilistic attitude. Our Cowboys not going to do anything except Tom. But the rest of us try to be optimistic.
I've been telling you because I've been seeing the same thing. So no, you're exactly right. And I saw it before the season started. I knew they had no hope. Well,
So Tom's not a true fan.
Jimmy, they did beat the Raiders.
No, but you've been right the last 2 years. I'm not going to take that away from you. I'm just saying typical Cowboy fans are going to believe that we're going to get there. We're going to get it done this year until there's nothing else to believe. Once we see there's no way to get there, at that point we give up. But that's what a fan is supposed to believe until your team absolutely cannot get there.
Well, I'm not believing it just because they're the Cowboys. I'm believing it for what I see and the decisions that are made and the personnel they have on the field and the intrusion or the absence of one owner who has been a part of destroying the winning culture of the Dallas Cowboys since they last had a winning culture type coach. And since he's not been willing to make that commitment, I ain't willing to make that type of commitment. Because he has destroyed the winning culture of the Cowboys. So
yeah,
but he's making plenty of money. He's making
plenty of it.
How about
what's
the
your
Aggies?
sports story, Uncle Sar? What we got for
How
us?
about the Aggies Saturday? They comeback victory.
You know what? You talk to your fellow alum there. Because, you would think he would have mentioned that by now. We went to sports. That should have been the first thing out of his damn mouth. Be proud of this team. Tom, why aren't you proud of the damn Aggies? Number 3 in the nation, 10-0.
Greatest comeback in the history of the school.
Great comeback, down 30-3. In the second half, they come back and win the game.
I gave him some credit last week for the win.
Them like a minuscule amount of love.
You're right. And you want to know why? Because I haven't seen them play Bama. I haven't seen them play Georgia. I haven't seen them play Ole Miss, and they ain't gonna play them unless they get into the SEC championship. Until they play a team that's actually got a defense, until they got a team who's actually got a mature quarterback, which of course the damn South Carolina coach, he should have been fired if he hadn't been fired yet.
So Georgia and Ole Miss, that would be a game. I'm not sure Alabama's going to be all that tough. They're not they're the Alabama they used to be.
I'll tell you what, Alabama
Georgia and Ole Miss seem to be legit. So I'll give you credit on that. They haven't beat anyone of that caliber.
I will say this much: Alabama ain't gonna lose after being up 30-3.
But you got to play the teams on your schedule, Tom. That's all you do.
Right.
And the reason I've not been giving them a great deal of credit is they've been playing soft teams all year.
But it
Tom,
takes a pick to come back 30 down 30.
I'll give him
Damn
that.
near 30.
I'll give him that.
Jimbo Fisher was your coach.
Or a coach who has completely failed after being up 30-3.
When Jimbo Fisher was your coach, y'all playing soft teams and losing.
His ass
You
should
should be happy at least be winning against soft teams.
Jimmy,
You were losing against soft teams.
After losing 30-3, the coach shouldn't have even been allowed to get back on the plane and go back home. Oh, I'm sorry, they were there.
Tom.
Exactly. They were on the road. They did that on the road.
I know.
When Jimbo was your coach, you were losing against soft teams. Now you're beating soft teams.
Oh, Jimbo, dude, I never had any confidence in Jimbo Fisher. I knew who he was before they hired him. And I was like, this dude ain't gonna do nothing.
Step up since Jimbo left?
Now, Jimmy, what did I say last week? I said they got a coaching staff. I did give him credit. I said they got a coaching staff.
Okay. How about Reed as quarterback?
I gave them. Say what now?
You like Reed as quarterback?
Yeah. He's gonna have to put on about 10 or 15 pounds if he wants to make it to the NFL. But the kid,
what's that little boy from Colorado? Did he put on any pounds? What's the guy? No, the other one.
Colorado.
The two-way player.
Tampa Bay.
Oh, that's why his ass is injured for the rest of the year. Travis Hunter. He's gone for the rest of the year. He weighed about 175 pounds. He gone for the rest.
Did he get slobber knocked? Somebody slobber knocked him?
Trying to play two-way now. He's injured for the rest of the year, bro.
Hey, well, if Tommy don't want to do it, I'm gonna congratulate. We're gonna go ASAR. We're gonna team together. We're gonna congratulate those Texas A&M Aggies.
That's
also,
right.
We're gonna congratulate Texas Tech.
Yeah,
the best team in the Big 12. I think they're number 6 now, number 5. So we at least got 2 Texas teams in there that's in the hunt.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that UT didn't quite get it done. I don't think they didn't have a chance, but hey, maybe next year.
I'm not. I was. I'm not a TU fan at all, but I was expecting them to do better than what they did this year. I was expecting them at least
with their great white hope.
And for what it's worth, the highest paid, underperforming quarterback in the NCAA.
Tommy, he's a freshman quarterback. I know he's a junior classification-wise, but this is the first year playing quarterback. All first-year quarterbacks stink it up for the most.
So was Caleb.
He getting NFL money.
So was Caleb Williams.
He is getting NFL money. You're right about $6 million a year.
Exactly. So it was Caleb Williams when he went out and beat the kid out of OU. His freshman, and he was a true freshman when Caleb Williams came out.
That's kind of rare, though, Tom.
I know, but dude, he was a true freshman. Beat out Spencer Rattler. Spencer Rattler had to transfer because he knew he had no chance. He was a true freshman. And last year, the A&M quarterback was a redshirt. I think he was a redshirt freshman last year. He came out. Other kid had to transfer.
Oh, you're probably giving him credit?
Yeah, I'm giving him credit.
What is being made on this show?
I said, look, last week I said they got a coaching staff, so I gave him credit for that. And the quarterback, he's solid. He's going to have to gain some weight if he's trying to get to the NFL, because otherwise they're going to switch him to the receiver.
He had 400 and something. Didn't he have 400 and something?
Just like they tried to do Lamar Jackson when he came out of Louisville. They're going to try to switch him to receiver if he don't gain any weight.
Okay. So we have another comment from Miss Tanya.
Okay.
Asking us what we think about Shedeur Sanders for his first game starting.
Horrible. But who is he playing for?
Once again, Tom, first-year quarterbacks, man, generally are not going to come out blazing.
I understand, but Jaden Daniels did.
Sometimes it happens. But for the most part, you got to learn the NFL game.
And Shedeur Sanders was a Heisman candidate.
He was. But he's also a 4th, 5th round pick, too.
Yeah, but
that's because he didn't go to the combine. That was on him.
That was on him.
That was, but Jaden Daniels came out blazing. Joe Burrow came out blazing. But when you go to Cleveland Browns, unfortunately, most folks go there to die.
Oh damn! To die, Tom?
No, your career. Your career is what I'm saying.
That's bad.
Your career.
Okay, so my sports story. I can only imagine that if we hadn't did the AD to Luka trade last year, and we had gotten the number one. We had a 1% chance of getting the number 1 pick, and we got it. if we had Luka, Cooper Flag, and the way it's looking now, we're going to be in the running for a #1 pick again this year. It may be legit. We won't be that 1% chance like we had last year. We may have the absolute worst record and have the most balls.
You haven't got through 10% of the season yet, though, Jimmy. You barely got through 10%.
Come on. Have you seen the Mavericks play with the lowest scoring team in basketball?
I don't watch basketball till the playoffs, till it's time for the playoffs.
Every other team in the NBA is averaging over 110 points a game. The Mavericks at 97. We're not even
That's
close.
That's almost 100.
Huh?
That's almost 100.
Okay. I don't think almost even works in the NBA, but we'll write the commissioner and let them know that the Mavericks should get another 20 points because they almost made it to 100. Just so they can be competitive.
Look,
they get close to 100, they get 95 plus, just go ahead and add another 20 to the scoreboard so they can be competitive. But right now, they're looking at having the most balls and maybe competing for the #1 pick again in the draft.
Well,
I have no faith in them.
Well, Jimmy, I think that is going to change. I mean, obviously, I didn't agree with the AD side of the trade because AD is constantly injured, and Kyrie Irving is not back on the court yet, I don't think. And so when Kyrie Irving comes back, they'll at least have somebody who can run the team, and maybe they'll be respectable and get back into the hunt.
Well, that's another 25 points a game, so that may bring him up to the.
That 97 to go up to almost 115.
Yes, but right now, man,
there you go. You do the math on that, get Kyrie back.
So I'm glad they fired Harris. And if the coach don't get it together, I'm glad he finally figured out that Cooper Flag can't run the point. And got one of the other B. Williams or one of the other guards in there running the point, or Christie, which is good because, it was a disaster trying to have Cooper Flag. Now, he's a good power forward, a good swing man. So once he learns the NBA game, I think he'll be a nice young talent for a very long time. He's only 18 years old.
And I will say this much for Cooper Flag. Again, I don't watch a lot of college basketball into the playoffs, neither pros as well, but I will say this much. Obviously, he is not going to be the type of offensive juggernaut that Luka was, but at least but at least he is a two-way player.
Right.
He is at least a two-way player, and he's not crying up and down the court about being.
No, he gets back and play defense.
Exactly. And
right.
I mean, I just. Luka's a distraction.
Yeah, he's not watching his other teammates play defense while he's casually getting back and his man is scoring 4 or 5.
And I believe that the presence of Luka on the Lakers will help him because of the maturity of LeBron James, and he will show him how to be a professional basketball player, not a whiner and a crier and a crybaby. So I think that will work well for Luka more long term.
Well, you know what? At least he came in the season in shape. That's all the Mavericks wanted from him.
For the first time. For the first time.
You can't do it for the Mavericks? Come on, man.
Well, LeBron James is not a crier and a whiner?
No. Oh, well, yeah, he is, but not as much as Luka.
Oh. No, Luka, man. We are arguing with the refs, and it's 4 on 5 on the other side of the court. And this man scoring. Come on, man. Come on. I always look into the refs thinking he got fired. Maybe he did. But sometimes you got to play through it. But I can honestly say, even though I'm not a big LeBron James fan, he gets fouled quite a bit. But because he's big and strong, a lot of times they don't call it. Shaq, another one. We get fouled quite a bit playing down low, but because he was big and strong, they didn't call it. So, Luka, sometimes if you're going to be a superstar, all-world, sometimes you just got to play through the contact, man. Even though you get fouled, you can't be in front of the ref crying on every damn foul. Sometimes you got to suck it up.
Well, dude, he's been a professional since he was in his early teens. Somebody should have, yanked him to the side and tell him he better man up.
No, man, try to. I mean, his teammates try to talk to him. The coach, the Dallas organization tried to.
And that's why they got rid of him.
Eventually, because with that weight.
And then they fired Nico. And then they fired Nico Harrison because everybody was complaining about them getting rid of Luka, which was the best thing they could have done.
Well,
except they should have gotten more back for Luka than AD.
Yeah. But the other thing they were looking at time was $280 million guaranteed.
True.
So for somebody who's overweight and get ready to be out of shape, and now starting to get injuries because he's overweight. So they figured, hey, Maybe now, and I'm all for trading somebody when the value is high. Don't wait till they're broken down and you just got to cut them and release them and eat their paycheck. You know, get them after the end of their rookie year when they still got some value and trade them.
Gotcha.
Let's
All
talk
right,
about
so the
soccer.
last 5 minutes, Uncle
Let's talk
Saul,
about
will give
soccer.
you.
Oh yeah. Oh, congratulations to Haiti. For the first time in 52 years, they have actually qualified for I won't say the Super Bowl, so to speak, but the Haitian national team actually defeated Nicaragua, and they have qualified for the World Cup. And so, congratulations to them. It's been like 52 years, damn near as old as all of us. So it has been a very long time, and with all of the death, destruction, and mayhem that's going on in Haiti,
Yeah,
it is very good to see that they have something to celebrate,
celebrate.
something to enjoy, something to be a distraction to all of the death and destruction that, of course, the Western powers are allowing
Okay,
to be exacted
I
in
got a
their
question
country.
for you two gentlemen. Do we got to put together a GoFundMe page so the team could travel here for the World Cup?
Say what now?
Isn't the World Cup here?
I have no idea. I follow
They,
no soccer whatsoever.
they
Do
might
they
not
have
let
enough
them in the
money to
country.
travel here? Hotel
Okay.
room, food, travel. Do we need to put together a GoFundMe page for
They, they
Um,
have they have elites in that country who will fund it.
them? Okay.
They'll get money when they come back too.
mhm.
No
No,
problem. But the
no,
but
no,
the
no,
problem is, will they be allowed in the country or not?
That's a very good.
may not. You don't have your papers together. I
Okay,
can
okay,
give you
And
whatever
the
for.
funny thing is, we think that a lot of ICE is after a lot of Hispanics, but when you look at the numbers, there's a lot of. I think the African immigrants
African,
outnumber the number of
Chinese, Asian.
Hispanics who have been sent back, have been deported.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
no surprises there.
Well, like Robin Williams say, gotta go, gotta go.
No surprises there.
Gotta go, gotta go. Get your papers right. That's all I can say.
Hey man, they weren't talking about getting your papers right when they were digging up all them damn vegetables off the farms.
Tom, now you know that was really racist, man.
It's true. This country was built on that.
Oh boy, what am I gonna do with you, man? Okay. Uncle, sorry you got the last 3 minutes.
Oh wow, yeah, it is 3 minutes.
Why you keep giving me the last 3 minutes,
Because
man?
you a guest. That's how we treat guests. We try to be nice to you.
Tell us, matter of fact, let me see, let me
You
make
want
sure.
to defer to it, you give it to Tom.
Well, why don't we do this? Because one thing, of course, we do like to talk about is international affairs a lot, and there's a lot, of course, that is always going on the continent. We had the unfortunate incident with the girls who, of course, were kidnapped from their schools in
25
northern
of them,
Nigeria.
Tom.
Unfortunately, the president didn't seem to have any concern with little girls being adopted. But anyway, all
What
that
president?
your president, the one that's in the one that's
He's
who's
the
concerned
president
about
of Nigeria?
he's concerned about Christians, but he's not concerned about
Oh,
young
Tom,
girls being
come on.
adopted. He's
The
concerned about
president of
Christians. But he's not concerned.
Nigeria
No, no,
hasn't said
not
a damn
Nigeria.
word about it, but
No,
Trump is supposed
he
to
showed
say more than
Well, well,
Nigerians
well,
do
well.
about Nigerian girls being
Your
kidnapped.
president is threatening to take military action
That
because
man
of
ain't trying to take no military action against Nigeria.
alleged threats against Christians.
Come
But when
on,
it comes,
Tom.
when it
Let me
comes to
give
young girls,
respect to
he has
you,
no
man.
concern whatsoever
We
about it.
ain't laid one criticism at the Nigerians from the north, the Muslims from the north, who are killing Christians, who are kidnapping another. It was 275 girls years ago. Now
Right,
it's another 25, and
right,
those girls are going to be raped and
right.
sold into
They are.
slavery and
And they're not.
abused.
You're
And you
correct.
ain't said one criticism about the leadership in Nigeria for letting this happen. But you're going to blame Trump?
Jimmy, we've actually talked about this. And the only way that I bring this up is in the context, but it's just a
Yeah, and
couple
I'm
weeks
talking
ago.
about it now.
He baiting me. That's all he doing,
And the
man. Don't pay
reality
him
of
no
it is the only
mind.
reason we're even talking about this is because he seems so
Okay, it's your
concerned.
fault.
He
You
seems
know,
so
you know what?
concerned about certain people in Nigeria, certain people in
There's a
South
reason,
Africa. And
Tom.
so
There's a reason.
I say that.
He's not inviting any of those Christians to the U.S. like he
There's a
did
reason
the
Yes,
whites
why.
in
he
South
is.
Africa. No,
There's a
Jimmy,
reason
address
why.
that. He's not inviting any of the black Christians from Nigeria to the
There is
U.S.
a
because they're
reason
being
why
persecuted. Deal with that, bro.
bumblebees. There's a reason why bumblebees don't get in an argument with flies because bumblebees deal with honey and flies deal with shit. So there's no point of arguing with people who got shit on the brain. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm the bumblebee if you ain't figured out who the fly is in this conversation.
If you got to explain it, then your analogy is completely screwed.
Yeah, I got to explain because people like Tom who stuck on this Trump delusion. I mean, I wish there was a vaccine for it because he blames Trump for everything except for the people
unfortunately, I don't
who
do
are
vaccines.
responsible
Unfortunately, I
for
don't
those
do
girls in
vaccines,
Nigeria
Jimmy. So it
with no blame
wouldn't matter
whatsoever.
anyway.
You
But
want to go all the way to
let's count
America
the Nigerian
blame
Christians
Trump.
that have been brought to the U.S. Brought to the U.S. How many?
Y'all want
Let's
to
count
blame
them.
Trump for what happens in Nigeria.
Let's
with these
count them.
girls.
You're tap dancing. Be
I'm not
direct.
tap dancing.
I'm a simple man. I want a simple answer. How many African Nigerian Christians that has Trump brought to the U.S. because they're being genocide in Nigeria? How many?
I don't know. The answer is probably zero. The answer is probably zero. Is he invited him?
We can count the numbers that were.
We talk about Biden.
We can count the
There was
numbers
no
that were brought from
accusations
South
with
Africa.
Biden.
We can count the numbers that were brought from South Africa, though.
But you
We
know,
count,
Biden,
yes.
Biden and Obama wouldn't even bring attention to.
We're not talking about Biden and Obama.
They
We're
ain't
not talking
president.
about them. We're talking about
Okay,
it wasn't going on. They weren't killing Christians during that time.
They ain't
When
president.
is
It wasn't a big deal.
criticism for the president of Nigeria, for the leadership in Nigeria, for the people who are
He's
responsible
trash.
for these
Oh, he's
things?
trash. And the reality of it is, Jimmy, I don't think you recall this.
So
But
Trump is
actually,
more responsible
Jimmy,
for the
Jimmy,
kidnapping.
wait a sec.
Trump is more responsible for the kidnapping than the leadership in Nigeria.
Okay, the last show that ASAR was at, he pretty much said the president of Nigeria was trash, criminal, and corrupt. That's a fact. Go back and look at the show.
And
Okay,
not so
that
many
was last
words.
show. This show. Where's the criticism for this show?
He ain't
He's
changed.
trash.
You mentioned the 25 girls
Okay,
being kidnapped, and then you said Trump.
Jimmy.
So where's the criticism for this show? For the 25 girls.
He
You
ain't
don't get
changed.
caught blunt like you just say it one time and you just ride out for a decade from now. You know, Uncle Saw did say 10 years ago that the president of Nigeria was trash.
Jimmy, for you to be smart, that was that, Jimmy.
10 years
It wasn't
ago.
10 days ago, right?
Okay, Jimmy, that was 2 weeks ago, not 10 years. I think you can count.
It don't count.
That was 2 weeks ago. That was 2 weeks ago, Jimmy. That was 2 weeks ago because
not 2 weeks ago.
He didn't have his Jimmy didn't have his nap today. Jimmy, go take your nap, bro. Go lay down.
Jimmy, that was 2 weeks ago because he wasn't on last week's show.
Go lay down, bro.
The very last show that he was on, he said that. And the president has not changed. The president has not changed in 2 weeks. He has not changed in 2 weeks, Jimmy. He has not changed in 2 weeks.
I accept that. Fine.
Yeah. No, he already said he was trash.
But if you don't mention it today, then you didn't mention it.
Oh, okay.
He's trash.
He mentioned he's still trash from 2 weeks ago.
In case somebody was not here 2 weeks ago to catch that, they would have known that was.
And he was trash.
Ago.
He said he was trash 2 weeks ago. He's still trash.
So what? That was 2 weeks ago. If you watching the show today and didn't catch it 2 weeks ago, you wouldn't know that.
Jimmy, you ain't got to repeat the same.
Because he said it so quickly.
Jimmy, you ain't got to repeat
the same. on Trump, but you don't say all the Obama.
I didn't say anything about Trump. I didn't say anything about Trump for performing fellatio on Bubba. I didn't say anything about that.
Anyway, go ahead and close this out, Tom, so we can get the show.
All right, folks, we hope that you have enjoyed this show. We want to thank Ms. Tanya for bringing us one topic, the one person on the show that brought a topic. We want to thank Ms. Tanya for bringing us show.
Thank you very much.
Exactly. We want to thank you for bringing, the topics that you brought today. We want to thank everybody who joined the show today. Of course, make sure that you set your calendars for next Wednesday because we're going to come back and bring it again. We hope you enjoyed this show. And of course, if it's Wednesday night, gentlemen.
Certainly Black Man Speak, and don't go anywhere because SAR, stay on.
Good evening, everybody.